Hello there, I'm Dr. Meno. I've been posting videos on YouTube for several weeks now about my commentaries about the world, about the issues going on. This is probably my most important statement, that's why I'm making a personal appearance. I might be regretting this at some time or another, but I feel that if you know that there's an actual human being behind my commentaries, that you might pay more attention to them. But today's topic is probably the most important statement that I have come up with in my life, and as a radio talk show host and being on the radio all my years thinking about the issues going on around the world. But this is my most important thing because it really what is going on today in the United States of America and in the world. Okay, you know how, let's talk about nature, let's talk about the laws of nature, and everybody knows and everybody's pretty well aware of the statement how water and electricity travel the path of least resistance. Everybody kind of knows that. That's simple science, that's simple chemistry, that's simple physics. It's what you even learn this in grammar school. Water and electricity travels the path of least resistance. There is something out there even more important that travels the path of least resistance. There is something out there that has affected every human being alive probably since the birth of man, about traveling the path of least resistance. I'm a social philosopher. I came up with this idea, about a decade ago, probably 2 decades ago. And just my normal everyday thinking, it just hits you like a brainstorm. And it is so true, it is so true. I don't know why nobody else has even promoted this idea that authority travels the path of least resistance, just like everything in nature, just like water, electricity, and pretty much everything in nature, the natural laws of nature. So does authority travels the path of least resistance, and the most resistant mind is an educated mind. And this isn't happening in the United States because education is dumbifying you, it's making you stupid, it's making you a bunch of pussies up there. Authority travels the path of least resistance. Hear these words. Put it on every bumper sticker out there. Put it on every car out there. Embed it in your memories, in your minds, because it has affected you, the sheeple, that 99% that are out there complaining and bitching and moaning and groaning and marching in the streets. How stupid are you? You're just still being sheeple. Don't you know this stuff isn't going to work? Don't you know they're just laughing at you? I just cringed when I saw those corporate banking executives laughing at Occupy Wall Street people, laughing at you. But what do you expect? What do you expect? That's a comment made by Peter Joseph, and when he was on TZM channel, Blog Talk Radio, I was fortunate enough to get to ask him a question, and I brought up my Fiscal Revolution, thefiscalrevolution.com. I got problems with the site because Vario's giving me some crap about it. But I've been blaming AARP over a decade about this financial mess, about the mess that we were in. Because these old farts have a voting history of 20, 30, 40, 50, maybe even 60 years of voting history. To turn this company around, to correct its problems and its ills, and they haven't done it, they haven't been able to do it. And this is the most powerful lobby group in the United States. They dump millions and millions of all your subscription money to bribe our congressmen and senators, and it hasn't worked. It hasn't worked. You just wasted your goddamn money. And Peter Joseph, I asked him about the Fiscal Revolution, what he thought about it. He goes, oh, it's a little too harsh. Well, of course it's going to be harsh because I'm trying to avoid the violence. I'm trying to avoid the civil war that is going to happen. See, our kids today don't study history well enough. They don't learn from our history. They don't learn from our mistakes because they don't want them to. They don't want them to think. They just want them to be entrapped, in prison, and in indebtedness, because indebtedness is a form of social control. That'll be another whole video, whole nother subject. How indebtedness is a form of social control. Today's topic and subject is authority travels the path of least resistance, and you 99% are the effectees of this brainwashing, this marketing meiosis, this disease that you are in, this consumerism disease. And it's got to stop. You've got to join this peaceful revolution, and the basic groundwork of this, to make a long story short, is to take control of the money flow in the United States of America by not using it. Throw that monetary unit out the window. Don't use money anymore. Stop the flow of money. Get rid of all your crap that you have that you don't need. Get back to a basic rice and beans diet. Make your cities vacant. like ghost towns. Well, I'm not going to go into that now. That's a whole nother video on I'm Dr. Meno. I'm trying to change the world one mind at a time. And I hope you follow me. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. We support the Zeitgeist movies. We support the Anonymous group for doing what they're trying to do to take control of corporate America. And the only way you're going to take control of corporate America is to stop and impede the money cash flow in the United States of America, even if that means for you to quit your job. But we'll go over that another time. Okay, this is just a quick one. This is my experiment, showing my face, doing a live video. You can listen to me talk. I'm at on Radio Pacifico Sur in Costa Rica, radiopacsur.com, RADIOPACSUR.com. Please listen in. I invite your opinions. We do not screen our calls. If you think I'm a freaking local fruitcake, then please tell me. If you agree with what I'm saying, please tell me. And remember, authority travels the path of least resistance, just like everything in nature does. Just like water, electricity, fire, all elements of nature travels the path of least resistance. And when it comes to human behavior, so does authority. It travels the path of least resistance. I can't say this enough because obviously you don't know this. I'm Dr. Meno. Thank you for listening. I'm sitting here with my DOD coffee cup. Pura Vida.